not that kind of Christian here. I bet you would have never thought that I found a fundy Christian fundamentalist vicar, the Rev Brett Murphy, who I'm going to showcase for you in just a second, smoking a pipe. I believe he enjoys a good cigar as well. I give you the Reverend Brett Murphy, fundy vicar extraordinaire.
The Lord be with you. Well, hello my dear ones, and welcome to a rather unusual version of my weekly vlog. Each week I sit down here in my little study and I pray and I discern which of the news stories that have broken in the media regarding Anglicanism or global Christianity I will cover on my channel. I do that for two main reasons. The first is because I want to glorify God, and the second is that I want to help build you up in the faith, and I want to edify the church and help people to view these things through a biblical worldview. Because a lot of the news stories that break in the media about the churches these days, the mainline denominations, are very distressing for those of us who still hold to a biblical Christian faith.
So, are you a Christian distressed by stories that appear in the media? Are you distressed by them because you adhere to a biblical Christian faith? Your whole faith, your whole idea of God, Jesus, is based on a 2,000-year-old book, the Bible. Oh, and you've seen the pipe-smoking vicar. I think I love the way he's using the pipe for like pauses in the presentation. So exhales the smoke. Somehow I couldn't see him doing that with sort of 20 B&H or something. He'd be constantly relighting, wouldn't he? Oh, well, you've probably already guessed by this one. It's the misgendering, the pronouns thing. So I'll get on, I'll give him a bit longer. We'll try and keep this down. I mean, it's Christmas, for crying out loud. But he's what we call a GAFCON vicar now. It's independent Anglicanism. He and his friends left the Anglican Church because, well, homosexuality and all that lot, women priests and all that lot, women not understanding their place in the faith under the headship of their husbands. Anyway, let's just give him a little bit longer and I'll go back to him, okay? So we've just worked out that he's doing this to edify all Christians, okay? I'll hold him for a second and we'll see what else we get out of him. I mean, look at that chair, man. Just look at that chair. Wow.
On me. That is something I find problematic, because I like to always point towards Jesus Christ and his word. It shouldn't be about me. But I need to address this because it would be weird for me not to on my channel. It would be remiss to just ignore it. To help explain the story which broke in the Telegraph with the headline, "Vicar under investigation for calling a transgender archdeacon a bloke,"
Okay, I'll fill in the background for you. This was a previous occasion when he was effectively still a real Anglican vicar. I don't know if he smoked a pipe or cigars then, but he was a real Anglican vicar. And, well, he misgendered somebody or whatever, and the press and whatever got in a bit of... they got their knickers in a twist a little bit, and it looks like the Telegraph, or should we call it the ToryGraph, lovely right-wing paper. I expect you may even see this one in the Daily Mail as well. Is it the ToryGraph or the Telegraph? Suddenly decided it became news, yeah? But look at his face when he suddenly decides the story isn't about God or anything. It's not about giving glory to Jesus. It's not about instructing people in the faith. It's not about the Bible. It's not about Christian faith. It's about him. And he's immediately like, well, look, come on now. That's not what I'm here for. This is all meant to be about God. It's got nothing to do with me. And, you know, I'm just a shrinking violet. I'm just speaking for God. And he is grinning from ear to ear while sucking like Sherlock Holmes on his pipe, yeah? And he can't wait to come out with it, can he? It's the publicity. He's a self-publicist, yeah?
Organisations, particularly clergy, to be encouraged to find a way out. Nonetheless, I will cover just a little bit of it. As I was leaving the Church of England, I had upset a number of people, I think, in the hierarchy of that organisation. Of course I did. I was a clerk who was ordained, operating in that church, and was critiquing that church's, what I saw as heterodox beliefs, particularly in the move towards blessing same-sex marriages through living in lust and fornication. And so, a number of people very much wanted me to be quiet and to go away.
Watch him get the old Zippo lighter out there. Oh, what a lighter, man. What a lighter. This is Zippo, yeah. And look at him straight away, yep. He retitled Living Together in Love and Faith, yeah, which was the Anglican Church's, the Church of England's response to issues such as same-sex marriage and stuff like that. And it was put before the people of the Church of England to consider, yeah. But he calls it living together in lust and fornication. What a man, eh? What a man. What a man. And he kind of wonders effectively, like, why he's going to get fired why he got fired while he's fiddling with his lighter. Yeah, the guy's just funny. Yeah. And also, you might not have got this in the clip, but he's going on about his wife, who is free to talk about that time in their lives because, you know, he doesn't stop anything, and she's all free to talk about it, and she could tell the whole story, and it could all come out in public, but she's camera shy, and he wants us to urge her to come on and tell the story. Well, that's fine. I mean, actually, I'd quite like to hear your husband's story, or maybe your story. Or would your husband have so much control he'd tell you what you could and couldn't say? Because after all, you are meant to be his obedient wife, aren't you? Right, coming near the end now. I'll just see if I can find some juicy little clip to finish off at about 10 minutes with, okay? Yeah, the whole video's 1845, right? I'm up to about 2:59 now.
Special Forces commando from World War II, my grandfather. He told me that if you give up on your integrity, you never get it back. So I have an iron spine, and I don't ever back down from a fight. Particularly if the cause is righteous. I am, of course, the first to apologise and to repent if I've done something wrong. So I was standing firm, busily making my little vlog, when the news story broke about an archdeacon being appointed in Manchester Diocese. And the person chosen for that role was Rachel Mann, who...
Well, there we have it. Where's the iron spine from? Because he was raised by a former Special Forces commando in his grandfather from World War II. Well, Rev Brett, my father fought and served in Burma and the Far East during World War II. So you're not the only one with some kind of special military background or whatever that you're going to rely on, okay? And then he talks about the particular woman involved that basically told him off, but thought you might like that. Bye.